BBC Question Time sparked a wave of outrage on Thursday night as viewers reacted furiously to how the programme handled a heated discussion about the broadcaster's own impartiality. Hosting from London, Fiona Bruce was joined by Alex Davies-Jones, Ken Clark, Zara Sultana and Danny Kruger. But one question overshadowed the entire episode: can we trust the BBC? The panel's tense exchange barely got underway before Fiona abruptly ended the conversation, insisting there wasn't enough time to continue, a move that ignited anger online. Social media erupted. Many accused the show of sweeping criticism under the rug. One viewer blasted, "Corrupt #BBCQT spent less than 10 minutes on BBC bias and lies." As predicted, all brushed aside. #Defund the BBC. Another wrote, "Amazing that BBCQT spent only a few minutes discussing their own bias on their own debate show. What a disgrace." #BBCQT. The backlash came amid renewed scrutiny over how the BBC had handled a controversial Donald Trump speech. Panorama had been accused of selectively editing footage to imply Trump encouraged the January 6 attack on the U.S. Capitol, an episode broadcast just a week before the 2024 election. Critics argued that the edited clips misrepresented Trump's words and pushed a political agenda. One outraged viewer declared, "Of course we can't trust the BBC. They've lied multiple times with doctored Trump footage, it's on record. They tried to help Kamala win the election, and they're biased against Farage, Reform UK, and Brexit." Reform UK MP Danny Kruger went further, launching a scathing attack on the broadcaster during the programme. He criticised Keir Starmer's leadership and accused the BBC of allowing systemic bias to flourish. "I don't think we can trust the BBC right now. What we saw the other day shows a deep-rooted prejudice inside the corporation." Kruger suggested the BBC's staff failed to recognise their own political leanings. They think they're neutral because everyone they talk to thinks the same way they do. But they absolutely hold political prejudices. He argued that the government should appoint leadership that reflects the values of the public and ensure Britain's institutions are not taken over by a progressive agenda. Meanwhile, pressure on the BBC continued to mount. The broadcaster was forced to issue an apology to Donald Trump after admitting that its Panorama edit gave the mistaken impression he had directly called for violence. However, the BBC rejected Trump's demands for compensation and refused to re-air the program. His lawyers have threatened to sue the corporation for $1 billion unless it apologizes formally and pays damages.